Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my top 4 OTS Championship deck profile. I played the Power of the Elements special. This is a Tearlament, Spright, and also with frogs and P.U.N.K cards. So it's literally just like the Power of the Element deck, which is actually kind of insane. I was thinking of playing something very similar to this without the Tearlament cards a while ago, but then my friend Josh lent me all of his Tearlament cards, and so I figured that I should just give this deck a shot because it's actually just like really cool. So it was really hype, and yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. So I played 2 copies of Rhino Heart. This one's kind of a weird one, but like your normal summon's kind of like whatever in this deck. So like you can bump this up to 3. I felt like the 2 is fine, and I didn't see it like too much or not enough. It just feels like a weird Tearlament name that you don't really want to like mill. You do want to see it though, so it's like kind of awkward. I think the 2 is plenty fine. Also, being a water is insane because of Swap Frog comes up like super often. Merle was the next card. This card's also insane. Being an Aqua is insane because you can just make Toad with it. It's like actually just like busted. You can also use it as a negate for Toads, like negate if you want, if you would like to, I guess. 3 Sheeran. Card's insane. Mill the Havness to Merle. It was also insane. Havness is great because this is the hand trap as well. So I don't think I would change this ratio at all. The 3-3-3-2, or I guess like 2-3-3-3, whatever. Honestly, these were great. This deck was actually like super cool, and I really enjoyed playing it, but mostly because of the Tearlament cards, which I was pretty unfamiliar with, but after playing with this for like a couple of weeks, like you get the hang of it, and it feels like a little weird sometimes, but I think that this is honestly still really fun. 3 copies of Paralino. Shoutouts to Josh, like I said, for lending me these cards. Mostly just the Paralinos was like what I really needed, but he lent me the whole deck because he's awesome like that. We traded decks for a little bit, which is kind of funny. Next engine we're playing is the P.U.N.K engine. So we're playing 3 Teleport, 2 Xiamen, a Foxy, and a Deer Note. So I just play the 2-1-1 ratio, because sometimes you honestly will like draw like a Xiamen and like a teleport or just like double teleport or something, and then you'll like summon one and then they'll like interrupt it, like smashers it or something to get rid of it, and then you can just like normal summon the other or like get it in like other ways. Honestly makes me want to bump up Xiamen to 3, especially because sometimes you mill it off of your danger or your Tearlament effects. I don't know why I said danger, I'm not playing dangers. And like you want to have access to this engine sometimes, and so it makes it a little awkward sometimes, but those are pretty hype, honestly. Super cool because E-Tele on it by itself gets you 3 negates, which is just busted. Next up, we have Swap Frog. So we're on the Frog engine as well with their 1 run and Totem. Cards are insane. Shoutouts to my old viewers. If you guys remember, we played Paleo Frog for a while, which was like exactly what brought me back to this deck, because obviously I've been sitting on these like ultis for the longest time, because I used to be a huge Paleo Frog fan. So shoutouts to long-time viewers if you guys remember that. Cards are insane. If you draw Swap Frog plus a water by itself, it's absolutely insane. You end on Sprite Elf, Toad, and Smashers, usually with like a Jet or a blue in hand, for like the follow-up for the next turn, which is like actually just like insane. It's like 3 interrupts and follow-up, so like it's just busted. So like a lot of times there was one hand where I opened Swap Frog Rhino Heart, and it like seemed like the rest of my hand was like dead, and so I was able to just like summon the Swap Frog and full combo end on Elf, Toad, Smashers, follow-up in hand. It was busted. So yeah, shoutouts to Swap Frog for that, being the biggest boy ever. He's so good. 1 blue, 1 jet, 1 red. So this is the Sprite package. We're playing the smallest Sprite package ever, but this is like insane actually. So basically you just like do your combo. If you mill these, you can put them back with the tier effects. You don't have to, though, because you can just summon them back with Elf. And then you can just get access, like blue gets you this gets you into Smashers, which gets you this. Or off of the jet, you can also just go into like Smashers, or you could like split it up into 2 different ways. So like on one turn, you can go like blue add red, you have a negate. And then on the next turn, you can go jet add Smashers and have another negate for the next turn. So like you can really split up this engine like in a bunch of different ways. I know it's really weird that I'm playing the 1 Smashers. Honestly, it's because I lent all my Sprite cards to Josh. We traded, like I said. I'd probably be playing two more Smashers, but I can only get my hands on another singular copy of Smashers. So that's why I'm on the really weird like 1-1-1-1 ratio for like all of them. So it's like it's a little weird, but honestly, cards are like insane, super overperformed. The biggest problem with this deck that I was originally finding is that I don't have a mine out. If they Dark Ruler me and then mine me, I lose. Like I can't do anything. So having these are insane because then you can just use like the jet to get you smashers and like it's insane. The only like problems with this deck is like if you mill both red and the smashers because then these don't really do anything. But that like never happened, so I was always able to, if I milled one, I was able to search the other and be fine. So these cards are actually insane. If I were to do this event all over again, I'd probably be playing two more copies of Smashers, but honestly, even with just the one, it did its job just fine. And Smashers came up plenty of times, and it was like definitely just a good card. One of the bridge pieces that you kind of have to play is Plague Spreader Zombie. You can also play the other one, the Shinobi Necrom, I think it's its name. But like realistically, this just comes up in a lot more scenarios where you like can't you're not able to like banish your dude. This like comes up. Plus sometimes this will just come up in like really random scenarios where like if you open like a Sheeran in this, you can like do something, make like a Hulk. It's like really weird, but like it does come up some other times. So that's why I like playing the Plague just for like the utility. We're also playing a copy of Snow. This is super RNG. Like it's just like if you hit the one of, you hit it. If you don't, it's kind of whatever. If you draw it, you can just like discard with Sheeran. You can do like a lot of things to like get it into grave, and it's fine. It's plenty good. Another card that's like a super big tech option in my deck is Nibiru. We put 3 copies of Nibiru. This is actually really insane. If you open this with Havness, there are some scenarios where you're open like Havness Nibiru, and it's just absolutely busted. It feels like multi-faker Nib or Imperm, because like you go like Havness mill. If you miss, it's like kind of whatever. And then you can like Nibiru, and then like tribute the Havness, blanket their board or whatever, and then you can trigger your Havness to fuse. That came up like once. It was actually just like insane. So shout outs to Nibiru for that. This card's just like insane. Plus like it makes your opponent play really weird, especially when you have like a full board. Like and then you back it up with like the Nibiru. Plus this is a light, you can add it off Chaos Ruler, which comes up. But like you have your whole board, they Dark Ruler you, they crack your board, whatever. You can just like wait, and then like once they hit the fifth summon, you just put down the nib, trigger all your tier effects that like trigger off of it, and like it's just like insane. So like I actually really like the nibs. I don't think that I would change that. I think that card actually performed way more than I thought it would. 3 copies of Talons. When I saw it, it was good, but it wasn't very good going first because a lot of people just weren't on hand traps, or the hand traps they were on were like D Shifter or like Imperm, and I guess it was like fine against D Shifter. I could like look at their hand and then just take the best card out of their hand, and it was like fine in those scenarios. But I feel like moving forward, this should be something else. And then just side the talents for something, like put them into the side deck. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm just playing bad. 3 copies of Dark Ruler. I think that this is just like a staple. I think you just have to main deck this card. Even though it gives them another turn, you have to crack the board. For 1-outs, they're playing a Foolish, a Terraforming, and an Instant Fusion. I cut Called By because I made the read that people weren't going to be on hand traps. Maybe it was just the wrong call, honestly, but I didn't play against any tier matchups. And so I feel like cutting the Called By was actually low-key a really good idea, just for this specific tournament. But I don't know. I think in the future I probably would put it back in. And then 2 copies of Stoliac. So this is 46 cards. Would be 48 if I had the other 2 copies of Smashers, but I don't. Also, the Stoliac's just like insane. Just like being able to search this off of your Kit Kalos is like really good. Moving on to the extra deck, we played a Kit Kalos, Kaleido Heart, Mud Dragon, Garura, and Dragostapelia. Yeah, I mean, nothing really to say about these. Kaleido Heart didn't really come up till like later rounds, and I thought that it was like maybe I shouldn't even be playing Kaleido Heart, but then like when it came up, it was actually like really good. So I actually really liked playing it. I think that I wouldn't change anything about these. These 5 are just great. There aren't scenarios where you want to play more or less. Maybe there was one time where a second Callus would have came up, but realistically, like, I would just make other things anyways, so like it didn't really matter, to be honest. Then for Xyz monsters, we're on Gigantic, we're on Toad, we're on Dweller. So a lot of the times you want to like try and get Dweller when you can, because you can make it with like Sheeran and Rhino, or you can make it with like Snow and another level 4. Like there's a couple ways you can get to this guy. If you can make it, you can make it. If you can't, like it's kind of whatever. It's just like the cherry on top of the end board. These two are insane. At the end of your combo, you just use your Gigantic and you summon blue, or you just, you know, if your hand's not that good, you can just make it like immediately. But like, basically, you just wait till the end of your combo, and then you just make this summon Swap Frog, summon blue, whatever, like whatever engine you're missing, you just summon it, and then like you can just play. So yeah, actually just like insane cards. You have to remember sometimes to actually put this in the extra monster zone because a lot of your field gets like used, so you have to remember put this in the extra monster zone sometimes, especially if you're just going to link it off for an elf, then you might as well. Speaking of elf, I guess we're on link 2s. We got the 2 copies of elf. Card's insane. It's even like worth considering playing 3, but like there's just no space. But this card's just like wild. It's so good. 1 Hulk, 1 Dark. Dark came up, but not to like take sprites. Typically, this comes up like against like a sprite deck. You just like summon Dark, take their blue, and then blue search your copy of Jet, which is like insane. Or you can search your copy of Red, and then you can just play through interrupts and stuff like insane. So these cards are actually like really good. Hulk is obviously the bridge piece between both engines to like the Spright engine a lot of the time. But yeah. And then the last link we play is Zeroboros. Card is insane. Sometimes like my boards, like I couldn't like crack boards correctly. And so like my last effort was just like summon Zeroboros, and then I would just like use like Plague Effect, or like sometimes if I was like done with my Frog engine, I would just use my last Ronin, Banishing Swap, summon Ronin, banish the whole board. It was just like a really bad scenario, but like if you can still somehow survive, like if that clears everything and then this stays on board, the next turn you're just going to be one punching them. I think there were a couple of times where I did do this and I still lost, but like if this does come back, you're winning. So that was like the real thing, is you just put them on Better Have It, and then you just like pop this down. This is basically just like this deck's version of Zeus. So it's definitely playable. I think that it's like actually just like insane sometimes. Moving on into synchros, we have a Chaos Ruler and a copy of Barone. It's actually just insane to like mill like blue and then just add blue. Like it's just like so busted. That comes up sometimes. A lot of the times I would mostly just be adding either tier names or just like nibs. Usually it wouldn't even be tier names because a lot of times I just want to trigger them. So, but sometimes it does. But yeah, these are insane. Making the Barone with just like the Plague in this is insane. There was one time where I actually came up where I made it with Dragostapelia because it's a level 8 and Plague. You just make this and I just like pop something after I use like the interrupt on the Drago just to like crack boards. It wasn't like amazing, but like it's something. It's kind of funny. Then for side deck, we're on 3 copies of Super Poly. Realistically, I don't think I'd play this again, but like I didn't draw it, to be fair, so like I don't know for sure if I'd play it again, but like it felt kind of whatever. I don't know if I would keep it in or not. I think I'd have to play the deck a little bit more. 3 copies of Lava Golem. In hindsight, these should be sphere modes. I was just under the impression that if I was able to basically crack their board, or like draw multiples of this, I could just like crack 4 monsters, and instead of only being able to crack 3 in the case of sphere modes. But realistically, these should just be sphere modes. I'm pretty sure sphere mode's a divine type or attribute, so I don't think you can really add it off Chaos Ruler. But I mean, even then, like I still feel like just cracking 3 monsters is insane, because a lot of times I would want to crack more than 2 monsters, and I'd have to pick like the lesser of 2 evils. So probably would change that for sphere modes. 3 copies of Evenly, 3 copies of Cosmic Harpies and a reboot. basically I just wanted like so much like removal. Um, I wanted a lot of stuff for Runic just in case I played against any Runic players because obviously any of their Runic spells can just like protect cards on their board, so I didn't really want to play Twin Twisters or Lightning Storms for that reason. So I decided to go for more banishing cards outside of like the Harpies, but like Harpies is just it's Harpies, you know. So I figured I might as well play it. Reboot's really good, obviously. That's really it. I mean, I don't think I ever saw the Evenlies. Would have been cool if I did. Cosmics were good as always. I don't know, not much to say about these. These are just back row stuff. Last card we played is a Red Resonator. Didn't have to say this in, fortunately. A lot of my games would end before time, so. But if I did, it would have been nice to come in the list. But luckily, we didn't have to. So, yeah. Overall, honestly, just like insane. This deck was so fun to play. I went into the tournament not knowing like 100% everything with the deck, and I came out feeling like such a better player with this deck. Especially my top 8 match. Shout outs to Ben, who's my opponent. I don't know if you're actually watching this, but we had an insane game 3 in our top 8. It was like super, super back and forth, super grindy, super long. It was insane. We played like absolutely 100% perfectly, both of us. And honestly, if it weren't for that, like that was like actually just like insane. Like just like so much back and forth. He was on pure Spright, and it was just like such a good game. So yeah. Takeaways from this: Tearlaments are insane. Gonna get even better, obviously, with the next upcoming sets. I would highly recommend trying this deck out. This deck just felt like insane. Like you were always just playing something insane. Sometimes my opponents would like play around one portion of my engine, and then I would just like play another part of my engine. Like they would play around my tiers, and then I would just like go, okay, normal summon Swap Frog, summon Blue, search Jet. Like it was like insane. So seriously, like I would give this deck a shot before anything, just because like it's so fun. But yeah, final changes: put in 2 starters, I think, and call it good. With that said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.